Operation Sindur, symbolizing India's will to fight terror at any cost and go to any extent to fight terror. We have 4,500 plus different types of battle tanks. Pakistan has about 2,400. Artillery, we have 4,000 plus different types of artillery weapon system, including self-propelled. They are about half or 2,000. We are forced into a conventional system. We do have superiority, but we should not undermine the enemy. We should not undermine their capability. What may happen is the other conventional front, that is a missile attack, may happen.
Today we have with us Major General Indrabalan, a Kargil war veteran who has fought militancy in Kashmir and taken part in UN peacekeeping operations. Operation Sindur has been described as a focused, measured and non-escalatory strike. How do you assess its effectiveness in deterring future cross-border attacks?
Operation Sindur is giving multiple messages to multiple segments, to Indian community, to India's population, to Pakistan's military, to Pakistan's population, and also to the world. The name itself speaks a lot of India's hurt. Sindur depicts India's married women's honor. Sindur depicts their life. Sindur depicts their emotion. Sindur is a symbolism of Hindu women who protect their identity with that Sindur. This name Sindur has been used first time ever in the history of India's operations. Through this use of this name Sindur, India is trying to convey to the terrorist that do not mess with Indian population, do not terrorize India's population, and if you do that, the whole country, whether it is men or women, are here to fight that terror. We'll stand united and will not be cowed down, will be courageous to take any kind of terror. Operation Sindur, apart from this emotive stand, is also symbolizing India's will to fight terror at any cost and go to any extent to fight terror. The Operation Sindur has been launched and we have struck nearly 9 outfits of Pakistani terrorists across 21 terrorist possible known locations. In that, the significant ones are Muzaffarpur as well as in Bahawalpur in South India, in South Pakistan. The Bahawalpur one stands far more significant because this is almost nearly 100 kilometers inside Pakistan international border. Bahawalpur also happens to be the heartland of Punjab. So this is the first time under Operation Sindur that India has stuck outside POK and across international border. Significance of this is that Pakistan's mainland is supporting terror. The terror bases are located in Pakistan mainland, and if they are there and India has intelligence with evidence that Pakistani terror headquarters are located in places like Mudrike and Bahawalpur in Pakistan mainland, India will not shy away from striking those with the means that they have in their hand.
Like you said, Pakistan has given a very resolute response. How do you see the situation evolving in the coming few days?
Currently, Pakistan is talking of a response and retaliation. They have not yet done any major escalatory action. They are themselves in a way confused as to what to do because they were shocked with India's response. When India held the IWT in abeyance, it was shock for them. They never expected that to happen. It had not happened since independence, even though we went for 4 wars, but IWT was never held in abeyance. Holding IWT in abeyance was itself a very, very strong message to Pakistan that we are willing to hit at them in their belly, in their stomach, and starve them of water. That message had gone. Now, another extraordinarily strong message has gone by hitting in the heart of Pakistan, by hitting Bhagalpur. Naturally, Pakistan is not going to keep quiet. They are not a nation which has a weak army. It has a strong armed forces, it has strong military. It is capable of hitting back. Whether they are capable of sustaining that hitting back and escalate it to a full-fledged war, whether they would want to do that at the peril of their own nation is to be seen. But the retaliation is definitely going to come for two reasons. One is that the Pakistan military's basis, reason the atre of survival, rationale for survival is Kashmir. And anything that happens to Pakistan military's image, they will not keep quiet. So definitely they will strike back. Whether they strike back conventionally, unconventionally, or through terror means, we have to wait and watch.
So, how does India's military preparations compare to Pakistan's in terms of conventional warfare?
If you see India's arsenal to start with, let us take what is India's nuclear capability, because this is what Pakistan claims as a weapon to deter India's military offensive into Pakistan. So, in terms of warhead, it is as per the internationally known figures. While India has 160 to 170 warheads, Pakistan also has a similar number. But India has a clear edge in terms of the delivery vehicles, what is called as the delivery platforms. So in that, India has a triad. We have land-based systems using missiles. We have air-based systems, air-to-land systems using air missiles, what is called as a triad. And most importantly, we have sea-based systems from the ships we can fire. Pakistan possibly only has land and air-based systems which are still developing and are not dependable. Most importantly, apart from this triad, India has called it what is called as SLBM, submarine launched missiles, ballistic missiles. This submarine launched ballistic missiles gives us an extraordinary capability to hit from unknown locations from the sea. So if it were to be a nuclear kind of a situation, we are definitely on a stronger position. But it is clear that India has a clear no first use policy. Therefore, it is unlikely that India will ever use this nuclear option. That may not arise. However, since Pakistan has developed a capability to create a tactical nuclear weapon to hit at short range using short range missile called Nasr or Hatf 9, which has a range of 130 to 150 kilometers. They may deploy that in case their existential threat is evident to Pakistan and they don't have a no first use policy. Hence, that is something we have to be mindful of in terms of nuclear capabilities. In terms of armed forces, yes, we are almost 1.25 million army as compared to Pakistan, which is only 6.5 million. Our Air Force is about 1.45 lakhs, Pakistan about 70,000. Navy, again, they are nearly half. And paramilitary, of course, we are far superior. In terms of main battle tanks, we have 4,500 plus different types of battle tanks. Pakistan has about 2,400. Artillery, we have 4,000 plus different types of artillery weapon system, including self-propelled. They are about half, about 2,000. We have huge rocket systems in Pinaka, Smerch, BrahMos. Pakistan has Nasr, Fateh, etc. And infantry fighting vehicles also, we are almost at par infantry vehicles. In Air Force capability, India has 550 Sukhois, Rafale, Mirage, Tejas, etc. Pakistan has 350, which is F-16, J-17, and their Mirage 3. AWACS, we have Falcon AWACS and Netra AWACS AWS system. Pakistan has its own AWACS AWS system called as SAP 2000. UAVs, drones, yes, India is constantly developing the drone capacity indigenously. Pakistan has practically no indigenous capacity. In addition, we have Heron, Rastam, etc. Pakistan has Bakhtiar and drones taken from China. We have SAM systems, S-400. This is the most versatile system that Pakistan is afraid of. If you use S-400, Pakistan will not have an answer to that. In addition, we have the Akash and Spider. Pakistan has got LY-80 and NSAMs, but they are no match to India's SAMs. Naval forces wise, India dominates the sea. Why it dominates the sea? Because one, it has got naval two aircraft carriers, which becomes the place of operation from it's called as the flotilla, the floating India's blue water navy, which can actually blockade Pakistan and cause a major inflict on Pakistan's navy and prevent any kind of commercial support or weapon systems coming to Pakistan from the naval route. So on the navy, again, we enjoy very, very superior kind of dominance. Now, but all this may never happen. The conventional war front may never actually open up with the way things are. Currently, it seems definitely India has made it clear that we do not want to escalate it to a conventional level. Hence, what the parity of forces very clearly suggests that in case we are forced into a conventional system, we do have superiority, but we should not undermine the enemy, we should not undermine their capability. What may happen is the other conventional front, that is a missile attack, may happen, is something I presume Pakistan may resort to. In which case, even if, let's say, there is a missile to missile offensive or a missile to missile kind of a warfare that happens, India has Agni series 1 to 5, and India can practically cover every part of Pakistan, even by using just Agni 3. We wouldn't have to go to Agni 4 or Agni 5. Whereas Pakistan's Shaheen missiles has maximum range of 2,500, so it can reach certain parts of India. But their arsenal is much smaller in number. We have cruise missiles, we have BrahMos, they have Babur, we have air-launched missiles, they also have similar ones. And India is developing its hypersonic missile system called BrahMos 3. This is under development, not yet developed. However, in near future, I believe that some of these hypersonic missiles, which will give us an iron curtain to prevent any Pakistani missile ingress in India, if that is developed, then we will clearly have an edge on the missile warfare itself. But even now, if it was a missile-to-missile warfare without the either forces crossing the Pakistani border and declaring a real war, we do stand to dominate Pakistan's both airspace and create enough destruction inside Pakistan. That is where we stand, and hence I don't think Pakistan will do this misadventure of provoking India into a full-fledged war.
Great, good to know. And I'm so glad to hear that we are all well prepared. But how do you interpret the global response to India's strikes, particularly from allies like Russia, US, and Israel?
See, Russia has been a friend of India, an all-weather friend of India since independence. I think India has done well even during non-alignment time of the previous government and all-aligned times of the current government. Russia has been an all-weather friend, both diplomatically, commercially, and militarily. Russia has stood by us. US is a complete turnaround. There was a time when US was openly, outrageously, and militarily as well as commercially supporting Pakistan. 71 war, US went to the extent of positioning its 7th fleet in Bay of Bengal. But India was smart enough to finish the operations even before the 7th fleet could make its ingress into the operational front. For this time around, because of India's foreign policy, USA is firmly on our side. In fact, the statement given by the US President, which clearly says, he said that he hopes that this will end soon. Now, what does that mean? If you just expand that, it means he has tacitly accepted India's right to retaliate, India's right to strike Pakistan. He tacitly approves what we have done. He is also expecting something more will happen, to which is already prepared. US is already prepared. And he is only hoping that this will end soon. He has not said India should stop its strikes. He has not said that at all, which means USA is firmly on our side. So also Israel, France have clearly indicated they are on India's side, because they have all been the target and sufferers of terrorism, including whole of Europe. Many of the Islamic nations, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, all of them have expressed the support for India. So India stands internationally in a strong position to say what it is doing, and its calibrated action, its targeted action has been kind of accepted by the world. On the other hand, Pakistan has seen a major loss of face. Turkey is possibly the only nation which is supporting Pakistan. China, what Pakistan claimed as a all-weather friend of Pakistan, has let it down very badly, almost like slapping it on the face, because in China's statement, three things are very clear. They said they don't stand for terrorism. They said they want to end terrorism. Two, they have said that we should look for peace as early as we can. And three, they have tacitly accepted India's right to act against terror, and hence it is a major loss of face for Pakistan on the diplomatic front with China.
So, with so much tension around, what should civilians be doing to, prepare themselves in the coming few days, coming few weeks?
When we say civilians, every civilian who's inside the Indian territory today, who holds an Indian passport or who holds an Indian Aadhaar card or who holds an Indian voter identity, irrespective of what community you come from, you must first think India first. On top of your mind should be India. Everything else, which caste, creed, community, ideology you come from, doesn't matter. We are all the same nation. We should be ready to fight together as one nation. That is what you have to prepare yourself in terms of ideology, in terms of spirit for the nation, in terms of patriotism, and in terms to be ready to sacrifice to any extent to protect this nation. That is one. That apart, having said that, we should also be prepared. The Indian citizens have to be prepared for any retaliatory action from Pakistan. I am not expecting, as I said initially, that Pakistan will keep quiet. They will retaliate in some form or the other. And knowing Pakistan, they only do cowardly and dastardly acts. They only do barbaric and they only do cruel acts. So I'm expecting the response to be like that only because that is the only weapon they have. And what is that weapon? Terror. They may strike back with more terror. And this time, taking the reason that India has attacked Pakistan's terror outfit in the mainland of Bahawalpur, they may find that a reason and say the same terrorist outfit, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Hizbul Mujahideen, whom we have targeted this time, they may say that the same terror outfits who have been attacked by Indian missiles or Indian arsenal have struck back in form of terror within Indian mainland. This is the tool I feel they are likely to deploy as a retaliatory measure and claim that it's not done by us, it is done by the terror outfits. If they do that, it will again to the peril of Pakistan, as I see, because that India has already said we are ready for any preemptive strike should the need be, which has never been done in the past.
Let's hope that India's fight against terrorism succeeds and we maintain global peace. Thank you so much, Major General Indrabalan, for your time today.